Thanks for coming in with the
COVID-19. Are we overreacting?
At the beginning, I thought we were, and we still may be, but it's working. And we have some projections that suggest it's what we ought to do, so we're doing it.
And
pretty simple. It's like, and I've said from the beginning, whatever the CDC says, whatever Fauci says, I worked alongside him during the HIV epidemic. And
you did?
Yeah, it was, the guy knows what he's doing.
They say California is like we're setting kind of the
we're doing pretty well
model.
in terms of our case fatality rates and stuff. We're doing really well.
Are we
going
to have an explosion in the next 2 weeks?
The models out of University of Washington suggest that we're going to peak in about 3 weeks. So the end of next week is we're going to see how we're doing.
Because it incubates.
The question is, I don't understand, except for doing stupid shit like we're doing today, I don't understand how I come in contact with anybody where I could transfer it. I'm not around anybody.
But that's why we're plateauing. So I don't get when they say we're going to have this huge boom in 3 weeks.
It doesn't make sense, does it? Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because nobody's around anybody except for us.
But do you see the stats where it shows like, H1N1 and all these other different viruses that were so much worse?
Yes, I had H1N1. It was brutal. And it killed 40, it was terrible.
It killed so many people.
It killed 40 to 60 year olds routinely. And it killed 500,000 people and infected 1 billion.
And we weren't quarantined.
You don't even know what happened. No one even knows it happened.
But Obama issued out like a warning, being like, "Hey, man, we need to."
But he didn't do what we were doing now. He didn't.
My friend Nicole almost died from it. She was 33 at the time or something.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I had it. It was sick. I got better. Watch this. Sick as shit for a week. Kept going. I'm like, fuck it.
Oh no.
Then I got better, and then I got really sick again.
How long ago
that's what happened. That's what happened with
when
this
the pandemic 10 years ago.
COVID can do that too. But let's be fair. I mean, COVID does seem to be more infectious, and it does seem to have a higher fatality rate in risk populations. And technically, I'm in one, right?
Well, in the older population, over 60.
Yeah.
I mean, but
it's me.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why my wife was freaking out.
Really you don't have any underlying issues.
It's really
prostate cancer and hypertension. Technically, I'm in a real.
You good, man?
You write it on paper.
But
huge cock syndrome.
Yeah,
but it still killed a lot of people in their 80s. It's mostly killing people in their 80s.
Yes,
yeah,
mostly killing older, but it's getting a few.
Not that
it's going to be.
Okay,
it's going to. Let's put it this way: we lose about 30,000 people to the flu every year, right? 30,000, right?
I'm gonna send you this, Jim.
And if this is worse than the flu, we should be up around 90 to 100,000, right? So that's what's probably going to happen. And if we do that, if that happens in such a way that we don't overwhelm the system, success.
But H1N1 routinely killed people in their 40s and 50s.
40 to 60. Yeah.
And why?
We don't know. This is the way these viruses are. Why is this one only killing old people? This one has something to do with how it binds in the lung.
How is the hydroxychloroquine and azithromycin combination?
This week, everything's going to be about testing and treatment. Okay. And if we do more widespread testing, if we find out that, for instance, more people are immune, or we find out more people have it, they didn't know it, whatever, we're going to learn more about where it really is in the community, and then we're going to learn about therapeutics. And nobody does this better than our country, man. We figure out how to treat stuff, and we come up with good plans and good ways of intervening. And if that, we kill on that. And all the measures of the U.S. healthcare that where we rank relative to some other country never takes into account something like this. Ever. We do this. We flex. We get it done. We innovate. We figure it out. And if we can really knock the viral shedding down, knock the hospitalization down, knock the ICU use down, then it becomes the flu.
I need a lot of ammo. I want a well. I want solar. I want a log cabin. I want 2 dogs that are going to bite somebody and warn me of intruders. I want to be ready.
You've been talking about that for a long time.
I know I have. Yes. I want to be ready, and I'm not.
Did you get
I got caught with my pants down.
So,
you get a horse.
Because me and Brian have been, and people have sent me DMs being like, dude, you got to quit saying that this virus isn't that dangerous, and because people listening, you influence people. And
you'll start getting accused of killing people.
Yes.
You're killing people. Just for raising the issue, how aggressive should we be? That's important. That's an important question. What is that?
This is worldwide deaths from January 1st to March 25th. Coronavirus, and obviously this is going up, 21,000. Deaths by seasonal flu already, 113,000. Deaths by malaria, 228,000. Deaths by suicides, 250,000. Traffic fatalities.
And I think if nothing else, these numbers should help you calibrate your emotional response to this.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I forget. It's okay that the government wants to go to the mat with this and control it, and they feel they need to. Good, we're all doing this collectively. Let's follow our leaders. Let's do what they tell us to do. Follow the CDC for sure, but don't freak out and don't read the newspapers and don't watch cable news.
Don't watch the news
because they are just trying to
watch the news.
They're trying to spin people in a way I've never seen before.
That's the thing.
That's what I've been yelling about.
I want to stick up for Drew a lot. I do online because Drew was one of the first medical professionals that's in the media that was saying, like, you need to relax a little bit and that the media is
Yes.
being irresponsible about it. People extrapolate that into saying Dr. Drew's saying it's not serious.
No.
And
I always said, listen to Fauci, listen to Fauci, listen to Fauci.
And,
That's all I keep
I've
saying.
seen, like, this is the thing that bothers me. It's like, I'm going to do my best to protect myself and protect my family. I'm going to listen to every single rule that is brought down upon me by the United States government. But the media has been wildly irresponsible, and they have definite, like, we can all
So
agree
irresponsible.
they're just
Harmful.
They're using
It's
this
crazy.
as an opportunity to save themselves because it was a failing business model up until
Yes.
3 or 4
But why this? What's fascinating to me is how literally don't touch me. What's
hair-
fascinating
you
to
have
me
hair
is
all over you.
now I have corona. But what's fascinating is why this particular virus and I've never seen in my lifetime this kind of reaction.
Yeah.
What happened?
We created a panic. I could see it coming. When they started reporting on China, I thought, oh my God, they have no idea what they're reporting on. We have no idea of knowing what's coming out of China, what's really going on. Just shut up until we figure out what's going on. Oh no. It's the end of the world. It's the
that
Andromeda
happens.
strain. Here it comes.
Who was saying this? Was it the CDC?
No,
Was it the NIH?
no, that was my
Media first.
point. Every media outlet you can
Yes.
imagine. And I just
CNN
kept saying,
ran with
shut up, shut up, shut up. You're going to make this worse. And now whatever the
It does
collective
have a
spirit is,
contagion level.
in
that it's
higher
3
contagion.
times, 3 times.
Let's be fair. If we just let it fly, it would exceed the ability of our hospital to meet the needs. And this is a serious thing. We've never had anything like that before, right? At least not in recent history.
Right.
And so it's worth making a giant effort to prevent that from happening. And once we're kind of into that effort. And, did we need to completely shut everything down? I think we could have been smarter about it and used technologies and better testing
will
and
next
stuff like
time,
that.
I hope.
I hope. And hopefully it won't be a flu. It'll be something really dangerous. This is dangerous for some people and hard to predict for whom. And it's bad. And let's be fair, it's bad. It's a nasty flu. I mean, if you talk to anybody who's been on a ventilator, been through it, it's awful.
Yeah,
and you
it's
can't,
bad.
and you crash fast and you get ARDS, and that's a horrible complication. There's lots of lung scarring and problems down the line. And people spend multiple days on the ventilators before they get off, if they get off. So it's a big deal if you crash.
Have you seen some of the footage of the hospitals? If you watch the media, they show just it's packed and it's chaos.
Yeah.
And then you go to the hospital, and it's really not like that.
Well, that's
No.
because they were showing pictures of Italy, not our hospital.
Correct. They were pretending that
crazy
what was
is
going on
that?
in Italy
They
was
should be
going
put
on
in
here.
jail. Those
I
They
journalists
should be held accountable.
Those journalists should be put in jail.
And how about the
You're
people
being
who report? How
irresponsible?
about the
Yeah,
people
I
who
agree.
report couple dies from taking choline or whatever because Trump said so?
No.
That's the headline.
You take one
They took
person,
poison.
and they
you
self-fear.
look down and you're like, they cleaned fish tank.
Yeah.
They eaten fish tank cleaner.
Fish
It's
tank
like
cleaner. Yeah. Poison.
I just think like this is definitely adding to people's fear. And I'm not saying that's not something to fear, but I do think that
Perspective. You're asking perspective.
Exactly.
It's not
You know?
doomsday. It's not
Being get it and by the way, this hydroxychloroquine really might work.
Yeah.
And if we get some data towards the end of the week, I mean that'll change everything.
Agree.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
I've always appreciated very much your perspective. I listened to it. My sister's obsessed with it. She sent me your thing about going about your business, wash your hands, listen to the CDC. Tell you this right now.
Yeah.
Watch your tone.
Okay. What's going to happen? What are you going to do? Use some of that boxing you've been doing?
Don't you fucking disrespect.